exactly right. We got back from the Cotton Bowl. Very first meeting, we told our players that we noticed our freshmen still talking about the flat screen TVs, the gifts they received at the AT&T Cotton Bowl, the hats they were still wearing. And very quickly we said that you realize that Michael Orr, Parade Jerry, Jamarcus Sanford, guys like that, it took them 4 years to get to a bowl game, to get to their first and only bowl game. It just doesn't happen. So you can throw those hats down, put them up, and go to work. It's about going to work. So we also told our team this time last year that the experts, media, different people said, hey, you know, we're picking Ole Miss towards the bottom. Those same experts now are picking us towards the top. So what does that mean? Doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean anything. So you can't go by that. And it's about your attitude, how you go attack the weight room. It's about how you go to study hall. It's about going to work. And so our antenna's been up, and I've been really proud of how they've been going about things.
Can you talk about how you've seen Jevin grow from when you arrived there to now when he's a preseason favorite for a lot of awards?
Yeah, you know, Jevin had to lay out last year. You could tell the very first 2 or 3 games, really trying to force some things, and all strong-arm quarterbacks think they can throw it anywhere at any time. And it really took him 4 or 5 games to see the speed of the game. And what I love about Jevin, though, he had one of his worst games of his career against Vanderbilt, against a very good team that was on a roll. We get beat that game, but he had like 4 or 5 turnovers. Goes the next week to Gainesville, Florida, and shows his character. Because a lot of people would have kept that memory of all the bad throws. He has a short memory. He's a pleaser. He's a guy that leads. He works, studies. I was talking to Eli Manning yesterday, and he just thinks Jevin's really grown and matured. And Jevin's watched Eli Manning work around our complex as well, so that's only a good thing. But to answer your question, if you took the first 5 games and go fast forward to the last 5, hey, Jevin was a different quarterback. He got us out of the wrong play, got us in the right one. Very accurate. We could move him around. He can launch the ball from different places because he can escape. We can bootleg him. We can play action. We can get him in shotgun. He can get up underneath the center. So he's multiple. You know, we can move him in a variety of different positions and let him throw the ball. And so he's just really developed and matured. He's just got to keep coming.
You guys talk about, you always have a curiosity about what you're going to say before a game. There's always an excitement with it. You take some serious time each time. Talk about that multiple times. I can't wait to hear what you're going to say.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate my guys saying that because I could tell when I first got here on campus that they were all eyes and ears, and that's what made the journey so fun to be at Ole Miss. They were so hungry to win. They listened to every word that we said, and so when players do that, you want to have preparation. You just don't want to be off the cuff. You want to say something that's meaningful. You want to do something that moves them, that creates energy, passion, and you try to spend a little thought on it, you know, each time that you go and talk to them.
Coach, does it make it easier when you go down to Gainesville and beat a team like Florida? It shows them how to train?
Well, they tend to listen a little bit better. You know, when you win a game like that, boy, you could see it became contagious, that they were truly focused, and good things can happen. Unlike the previous few weeks when a bad play happened, you could sense they were thinking, you know, here comes another bad play. I'm going to compound with another bad play. I confess it's your fault. You know, those kind of attitudes and things were happening where there towards the end it went the other way. And the belief. And when you start believing, boy, that's when you start achieving. And those guys really had an unbelievable attitude, and they started to believe in, hey, we're going to win today.
Coach, tough game, then you came out on top in Fayetteville last year. The Hawks come to Oxford this season. Every year that's going to be a heated rivalry from this point forward. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's always going to be there, and always looking forward to it.
I'm sorry, do you anticipate an improved Razorback team this year, Coach?
Well, they will be. They'll be very much improved, and you know, you look at a guy like Malcolm Shepard. We recruited so much class, plays so hard. DJ Williams, outstanding player. So they got a lot of guys and a lot of young guys that played last year. They'll be much improved.
Coach, what can we expect from the offense this year? Everyone knows about the long run with them,
Well, you always try to improve. You know, everybody's catching up now that the Wild Rebels all the way to the NFL. It's going on Sundays now, and so you always try to take it another step. You try to keep things going and try to improve. That anything that can help your team. Dexter McCluster gives us a real chance back there. He will handle the ball. Brandon Bolden will also be in the mix there. So all you try to do is try to one up the defenses more and more. I had a lot of NFL teams that called me this summer that wanted to look at it and study it. And so it's out there, and so you try to stay a step ahead to try to have one more play that they'll have to defend.
Lane Kiffin hasn't coached a game in this conference, but he's grabbed most of the headlines this offseason. Has he surprised you how brash he's been?
You know, I hadn't kept up with it that much. I know that there was some headlines. You know, I tell you, I have so much to do, and I'm so involved with my guys. I don't get caught up. I don't worry about that. He'll have to handle that part of it. He's in a tough conference, and the thing I think that he learned early that everything you say, everything that you do, is being watched. So it's just a competitive conference. People love football. That's what makes this conference so great. And I don't keep up with everything that he says, so I don't know that much about it.
Houston, the True TV that's coming this summer, the SI cover, how exciting is it for you to bring those elements to a program that has not had that type of excitement in X amount of years?
I tell you, I'm really excited. I'm really excited that our players are tasting winning. They're excited about it. I still think they're going about it the right way. My antennas and our staff's antennas will always be up. One of the reasons that we did invite TVs in was because I have confidence that they're going to handle it in a very humble, mature way, and we can be good for recruiting. The good thing about that, I can always stop it, and I get to look at every piece of footage before it goes back to wherever it goes before they put it out. So I want to make sure that our guys understand they're getting a lot of attention. I want them to embrace it. I want them to there's a reason why this is happening, but don't flinch. Don't let it affect you. Don't change. Don't start saying, hey, look at me, I'm going to be somebody else now. I'm going to talk differently and act differently and do something that's out of character, because that's not what it's for.
Coach, you have a good young talent, Pat Patterson, coming in. How is he going to mix in with the talent?
That's a good question. We're anxious to see ourselves. I love his athleticism. I can see why he's rated so high. Big and tall, he's strong, has excellent hands. So we'll give him every opportunity to get in that mix. With Michael Wallace gone, it gives him an opportunity to get in that five-man rotation.
You chatted a little bit. How good can Kevin be?
He can be one of the best. He can be one of the best in the country. I have a lot of respect for our quarterbacks in the SEC, starting with Tebow. What you love about Jevin, his arm is very quick, very strong. He's a good decision maker, especially as his experience. Each game he got better and better. He'll sit in that pocket. The rush doesn't bother him, and that's what I always look for first. A lot of quarterbacks will look at the rush, see who's coming. He doesn't. He doesn't flinch. He's tough, and so I'm excited about him, and I think he can be one of the best in the country.
With your recruiting class, you signed a lot of guys, but you said you weren't worried that it would all play out. Is it playing out, or are there going to be any problems?
Playing out to the letter T. And we knew going in that we wanted to oversign. We wanted to develop some relationship with prep schools and junior college. We have a lot of junior colleges in the state of Mississippi. We knew that 8 or 9 for sure would not be eligible. And so you sign those guys. When they sign on the dotted line on signing date, there's nothing like saying, I'm coming to Ole Miss. And in their mind, as they put their name on that dotted line, I'm an Ole Miss Rebel. And my goal is to go graduate at a junior college, or go graduate at a military prep. I'm coming back. I'm coming back to play for you. And so I think it's an excellent incentive, but there's a new rule, and we'll follow it. But there wasn't any problem this year because we're going to be at 25 right on the button when school starts.
Does it bother you at all that they kind of nicknamed it the inevitable?
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't want that much attention. You know, I don't need that. But we've always done. A lot of people have always oversigned. I would never. If we had the rule the same, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be like I'd sign 39 every year. You know, it wouldn't be like that. So this was a different year. We knew it would be. It wasn't against the rule, but now it is a rule. So we'll go with the rule, which is 28. But the bottom line, you got to be at 25, and we're going to be at 25.
I'm getting different answers on this. I know you like the players, obviously, but if you could coach one other player in the SEC, who would it be?
One other player in the SEC. Tim Tebow or Spikes, the linebacker.
Coach, the SEC's produced the last 3 national champs. You played Florida tough in Atlanta, beat LSU, beat Florida. What's your secret to beating champions?
2 things. 1, take care of the ball. If you notice, when we went to Gainesville last year, we were about a -9 or 8. Florida was +9. That means they didn't turn the ball over not one time during the year. That day, we got 3 turnovers. We didn't turn the ball over. I think we might have had 1 interception. It was tipped or something. But the bottom line, we didn't turn the ball over. You got to win the turnover margin to give yourself a chance to beat Florida. The other thing you have to do is limit big plays. That's special teams. Brandon James, Percy Harvin's not there anymore, but limit. They're going to make plays. Limit them. Make them go long and hard. Limit those big plays. But you got to win the turnover margin.
I'm guessing you go to Tebow preseason.
Number 1.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.